Joe, go ahead and move your jaw forward for me so you're, oh, did you see all that? Let me show you what the bite looks like now, because this is probably one of the most unique aspects of the Herbst that you have to get used to. Do you have overbite? Is it massive? And did your orthodontist mention the H word when he was talking about it? Time for some PFOing so you know where you're going. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so I mentioned the H word. What I'm talking about is the Herbst. Yes, some of you already know what this is, but some of you don't. But your orthodontist or your dentist said that your overbite, what we call overjet, check out the video, is kind of big. And there are different ways to fix excessive overjet where your bottom teeth are considerably behind your top teeth, right? We don't want teeth like this on top. It should be the bottom teeth behind the top teeth, just like that, right? But sometimes people, because of their bones, the way that they grew, or the position of their teeth, the way that they grew them, you end up with more space between your top teeth and your bottom teeth. And it's like, how do you fix that? Well, one of the most common ways is with rubber bands. But if you're not good at wearing the rubber bands, meaning you're not compliant, you don't wear them enough, you know who you are, then your orthodontist might be like, hey, we definitely need to glue something into place that's gonna help us reduce or fix the excessive overjet that you have. And in our office, we use an appliance called the Herbst. I'm gonna show you a little bit about what it is. We got a patient out here that's getting ready to dive into the Herbst, and I think you're gonna love it. Here we go. Here I am in the clinic with my friend Joe. We didn't go over like our lines at all before, so this is totally on the spot. This is
Joe.
Hi, Joe. Okay, Joe is getting ready for the Herbst. We're gonna show you a little bit about what it looks like. We're gonna ask some questions about how it feels after we get it in, and we're gonna show you how we get it in. It's gonna be so fun. Aren't you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited because I want my teeth better now.
He actually really is excited. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. All right, so we got the whole setup over here. This is what we use. This actually, right here, we'll show you what the appliance kind of looks like on the stone model. We've got those little metal pieces right there on the side. And we got the metal pieces on this side. You'll get a better feel for what it looks like once we get it into his mouth. But then we've got our other tools. This is a little Allen wrench. You're like, why do we need an Allen wrench? Well, we'll show you. We've got a band remover. We love these ones. And then we've got some cotton rolls and some suction tips and some glue. And we definitely need our light, right? Not all lights are created equal. There's some bigger ones, some small ones, some that they could get really hot. And so, but they're cool. Usually they're all blue. Oh, look, here's another light right here. And then this is our Herbst box. I need pink hands. There they are. This right here has more Allen wrenches, wow. And then it has some, what we call arms, part of the Herbst pieces, and then some shims. We're gonna show you why we use shims in a little bit. So this is our Herbst setup. The Herbst appointment to get it in actually takes a little bit of time. So before you actually get the Herbst in, you have to go through an appointment where, in our office at least, here in McKinney and Anna, Texas, we usually have you in braces, and then we take off some of the braces, pop those blue little separators into your mouth, check out the video, and then we take an impression and send it off to the lab so that they can build a Herbst just for you. So we're gonna look in Joe's mouth here and just give you a feel for why we're doing this and the separators, and then we're gonna dive into the process. Joe here, smile for me, Joe. Bite down on your back teeth. So we're gonna come on the side. We're looking at the profile. Wow, I guess I could have looked at his profile from up instead of down like this. So from here, maybe you don't really notice anything, but when you go to the back, Joe here, his lower jaw, even though his chin looks forward like this, his lower jaw is actually back. And so, bite down for me. Okay, you can kind of see, look at that. See the space, you can see the space in between his top teeth and his bottom teeth. Joe, go ahead and move your jaw forward for me so you're, oh, did you see all that? Did you see all that room? Okay, so that's what the Herbst is gonna do. It's gonna push the lower jaw forward so that your bottom teeth will actually touch your top teeth. At least that's the goal. So we're getting into the Herbst because of the excessive overjet. You kind of saw that in Joe's bite, the way that it's back. We have separators, you can see in these photos. We're gonna pop all those out now, and we should have space for all for the new appliance, the crowns, the silver crowns to fit around the teeth. And we'll show you next step is what it looks like to get the appliances in place. We gotta try it in first to make sure it fits. Joe, didn't you love separators? That was a laugh. Usually people don't love separators. It's not like their favorite thing. It's not like going skiing or eating ice cream or anything fun like that, but it's kind of fun. Separators are important. If your separators fall out before your actual appointment, you just need to be aware of when the appointment is, how long you're gonna be without the separator, because if you don't have the separator in place, then your teeth won't spread out and it'll be hard to get the appliance in. Sometimes you can still work it out with your orthodontist. You can get in and then one fell out, you stick one in right away while they work on everything else. house and try to create space. Joe actually had a separator missing, so we're doing that right now. We're gonna put the bottom piece in first while we wait for the top to just move just a little bit. Hopefully that helps us out. So this piece is the bottom piece. It has crowns, and it's attached to a bar that goes all the way around. It connects the crown to crown, right through there. And then we put these little rests on the side. Those are gonna sit on the teeth. And then you've got these outer portions right here. That's what our telescoping arms connect to and push the jaw forward. So a bunch of different designs, but this is gonna go in first. Let's see what it looks like when it's in. We use our bite stick, and you have to help the technician or your orthodontist push the appliance into place. Once we get the right fit for the different pieces, then we take it out, we dry it up, right? We want the tooth and the appliance to be dry. That's what helps the glue do well, stick. And then we put the glue in, and then we pop it in. Our glue for this type of an appliance is blue. Look, you can see what's happening. Wow, she's like painting it in the ring, and then it's gonna go in, and some of it kind of smushes out, and we wipe it all off and get it all clean. Okay, so we're gonna dry everything up and put everything in the mouth. Relax that tongue for me. So we use these cotton rolls to help us try to dry off everything. And then we feel like we got it all dry. Okay, relax your tongue there. We're gonna try and go real quick. Okay. Pause in. Come back. Okay, glue comes out. Okay, and bite down on this. Squeeze, open. And bite down on this. Squeeze, open. Open really wide. All right. Okay, so what we've done now is we have glued in the bottom piece. We got top piece glued in, pieces, as you can see in this picture. Sometimes there are different designs for Herbst appliances, but ours, we have 2 pieces on top generally and 1 big piece on the bottom. Then we put our wires in, and then we've got to connect the 2 side pieces that go from the top to the bottom. So we've got the top pieces in. Open really wide for me, Joe. They have these little rest pieces on the back, those metal pieces that go to the back tooth, and then they've got the crowns, and then we've got the bottom that's now hooked in with a wire to the side arms. See, it's connected right there. Okay. All right, so we're getting to the home stretch. Now we've got to take these little arms right here, right? Little telescoping arms, they kind of together and apart, right? That way you can open your mouth, and then when you close down, it pushes your jaw forward. So these are our telescoping arms. We're gonna put them in now. We've got those little screws that go in. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so we've already done part of it. This is where the Allen wrench comes into play. It fits into the little screw that we use to screw the telescoping arm in. So let me show you in the mouth. Okay, so we put this screw, this is one of the screws on the bottom. Remember, it goes to that bottom piece, and we take this Allen wrench and it goes in between. And once it goes in, then we can kind of tighten it up, all right? And then the arm connects to the side all the way up here, right? We're gonna get the side view. And there's another screw up there that we already screwed in too. Okay, right down. Okay, so now we've got both arms in place. I'm gonna show you here. All right, we got the whole appliance. We've got our, okay, so open for me really wide. Okay, yeah, so we've got our lower device. It's got our crown here. It's got the rest that goes on the tooth, and then this bar that connects to the other side, all right? And then we've got our arms that connect us, right? Our arms that connect us all the way to the top appliance. All right, the 2 pieces up here. Tip your head back for me. Very good. Oh, open really wide. Yeah, right there and right there, all right? So now the whole device is connected. We've got the braces on the front, everything's connected, and so when we bite down, we're gonna see how his lower jaw comes forward. We need to check first to see how far it postures forward. Okay, bite down first, Joe. Okay, so we still have a little bit of room left, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add what we call shims to try and get the jaw to come even further forward. So we talked about the shims before. You can't, it's hard to see this, but it's like a semicircular little, just like that. It grabs onto the arm and basically keeps your telescoping arm from closing down as far, and so it helps posture the jaw forward. So when we, depending on what we see, we add more shims to keep it coming forward. So this is what that looks like. You come over, and when you're adding shims, all right, you grab it on the arm, and then you squeeze down. And there it is right there, that little piece. Okay, so we've got everything in, we added our shims. Let me show you what the bite looks like now, because this is probably one of the most unique aspects of the Herbst that you have to get used to. So now that his bite, now that the arms on both sides are pushing us forward, look where our bite is on this in the front, right? Nice, we're touching in the front. But now our teeth in the back don't touch. You're like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to eat? Well, your teeth still can touch in the very back, and there's some touching that you can do in the front. At first, we give some instructions about modifying the diet a little bit. So the first month is different, especially the first few weeks. So give it a chance, hang in there, and then over time, we have so many patients that go through this that figure it out, they adjust, and if you can just get through that first little bit. So we're talking about changing the diet, right? Because it'd be hard to chew a bunch of things in those areas where the teeth used to touch, but now they don't. And then don't worry, we don't leave it like that. The purpose of the Herbst is to bring and correct the front part, right? That overjet, and then over time, the side bite can come together and we work it together. So that's the Herbst. Let's see what Joe has to think about it. Whew, okay, so the Herbst is in. Here's Joe's face. Oh, he's still smiling. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. So, what was the hardest part about getting the Herbst in?
I think it have to be like the little bits of like, when you're over here and like messing with my mouth, like near the end, it just felt like you were like stretching my, like my cheeks so much. I was like, ah.
He gave an angry face. That's pretty accurate, because when we have to get so far back in there, we have to get those screws on top, we have to pull your cheeks pretty far. So be ready for a little bit of cheek pulling. So you gotta spread everything out so we can get things in. But like Joe said, what did you do to handle that?
I just like, well, one way to like stop the pain so much is like, I know this isn't really well, just like hold in, like stop breathing a little bit, and like you're able to deal with it a lot better.
Let's just clarify that he's not saying to hold your breath and never start breathing again, okay? Don't turn blue or purple. But the idea of you just kind of like, you know, hold it in just a little bit and we'll get through it, right? That's what you're saying? Mm-hmm. Nice. And then you get through that discomfort of the cheek pulling. Anything else that you thought was kind of hard?
Now just my lips are really dry and I'm just my mouth.
Okay. Anything else that's weird about it? What do you think? How it feels? Nothing?
No,
it's okay?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Good.
So it's not hurting while it's sitting in your mouth, right?
No.
You just feel the forward position of their jaw.
Yeah.
So that's a little unique. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Give yourself time to get used to it. Modify your diet a little bit. You still got to clean around all those areas. We don't want any cavities. You're going to have to let your doctor call in the office. There might be an after hours clinic in case one of the screws comes loose and the arm falls out. We definitely got to get that back in. So the Herbst it takes some time to get in, and it's a little bit bulky. It's a little bit unique, weird, but it can do some really awesome things because it's glued in all the time and it stays there. So we like to use it here in McKinney and Texas if we've got those big overjet, the excessive overjet, and we just can't get it with the rubber bands because maybe you're not being very compliant. If you have an excessive overbite, come find us in McKinney and Texas. We'd love to talk to you. And hopefully this helps for all of those of you out there who are considering the Herbst. Joe, it was a pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure for me too.
Look at that hair. Look at that hair. Consider subscribing to the channel so that we can continue to open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth, sometimes the Herbst, so that you can get the beautiful bite. That's all we got. Just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.